What's up? Another edition of Is It Rigged? Is it scripted? Is it fixed? I don't know. You tell me. Yeah. Had a nice day. Handled some business. It was a good one. Great stream earlier. Great stream earlier. Oh, sorry for the technical difficulties. Well, it wasn't on my end. It was actually on YouTube's end. Um, they sent us creators. They sent us a notification, something about our videos. If you uploaded a video or if you was live streaming, it was going to take a long time to upload, or so it wasn't on our end. It was on the YouTube end. So if you would have saw that, er, the live from earlier was still on, right? Even though it was off on my end. It was off on everywhere over here, but it was still showing live. Disregard that. But I think YouTube fixed everything, right? So everything is back to normal, right? So yeah, that's somebody told me. They was like, "Oh, you're still live? You didn't cut your live off?" I'm like, "No, everything is cut off over here." It was when he told me that my computer was cut off. So I'm like, "There's no way I'm live streaming at all." But it kept showing that. So if you guys saw that, that's what that was, right? So yeah. Anyway, this is a straight to the point. Live. I wanted to talk about, as you guys know. For those that don't know, if you go and check out my live section, you'll see the number 14. You'll see the number 4 damn near up and down my live, right? Because I'm the person that exposed the whole 14, aka the 4, that all professional sports is running with. But the NFL tends to they go overboard with it a whole bunch, right? For those that's wondering, like, what does that mean? I'm gonna be honest with you, right? Let me get straight to the point. I'm gonna be honest with you. When it comes to the number 14, aka the 4, I can't tell you why they are running with that this year. I can't tell you that, but what I could tell you is they're running with it, right? And if every and anybody has been rocking with me, right? All you got to do is watch these games. You watch these games. You pay attention to what they say on the media, everything. And all you're going to hear is the number 14, or you're going to hear the number 4. It's not my opinion. That's an actual fact. A lot of you guys can co-sign about that. Certain things that I look for, I say, all right, let's take advantage of the 4 streaks. And let me tell you this, the 4 streaks, right, doesn't always mean a good thing. It can always mean a bad thing as well. It can mean a team can drop 4 games. It could be 4 games in a row, or it could be a just a pattern of 4. They can win 4 games in a row, or it doesn't even have to be in a row. If you get a total of 5 games, they can win 4 games out of that 5. They can lose 4 games out of that 5. Just to keep you guys up to speed, for those that don't know about the whole 14, right? I've been talking about it. When I first started talking about it briefly, I used to talk about it little by little last year, actually last season. Some people really didn't understand it, which I understand, so I get it. I get it, right? But as you guys keep paying attention, especially in these playoffs, right? For those that's new to this channel, just pay attention. You're gonna hear the number 14, or not even. You're gonna see the number 14 a lot, but you're gonna hear about the number 4 a lot, right? Just a bunch of dumb shit. It could be with players. It could be with records. It could be with stats. It can be with a whole bunch of things, whole bunch of storylines. I saw somebody in the chat just talk about DK Metcalf. Hey, chat, everybody watching, you already know about the whole Metcalf, right? Ironically, he gets suspended 2 games, but he happens to be number 4, right? He happens to be number 4. If you guys don't find it ironic that he happened to be the one that had the issue with that player, he put hands on the player. Okay, Sure, the NFL, like I said, as somebody that does production work, I can tell you this for sure. I understand the NFL has a whole bunch of cameras, right? Have a whole bunch of cameras. Fine, we know this, but you guys don't find it ironic that there was a camera set on DK Metcalf? Matter of fact, that camera was set on DK Metcalf prior to him even putting his hands on that player.
Are you fucking serious?
It was all set up, guys. Not trying to sound like a conspiracy theorist. It was all set up. It was all set up. And then some people don't even know DK Metcalf, quote unquote, had a problem with that same guy. I think it was last year, because I remember he had an issue with that guy before. This is not the first time DK Metcalf had a run-in with that guy, for those that don't know. That was all set up. That's just to name a few. Now, you could think about there's a whole bunch of things that connect to the 4 and the 14, right? Just like on that Ravens game, right? The winning touchdown for the Ravens, the winning touchdown, not the Ravens, the Steelers, the winning touchdown. Anybody in the chat, could you guys tell me, Aaron Rodgers, who did he throw it to? What was the number of the guy he threw it to? Now, you guys might get confused about this one, though. But anybody watching or anybody in the chat, if you guys can tell me, I don't know if you can look it up, right? If you have time to look it up. When Aaron Rodgers threw that pass, what was the jersey number of the player that he threw it to? Now, you guys are going to say, okay, what's your whole point on this one? Because you're going to get sidetracked on what I'm about to say. Think about it. Everything's all set up. What was his jersey number? Anybody that's probably looking it up right now? Nah. Gainwell wasn't. He's not 14. Nah, Lorenzo. I'm talking about for the winning touchdown, that throw that Aaron Rodgers did. Because 14, Aaron Rodgers been treating 14 right as well. But that winning touchdown, that throw that Aaron Rodgers did, who caught that in the end? No, it wasn't Flowers, that's what Lamar did. Number 4 too, ironically. Y'all see that, people? Number 14. And then Gainwell's number 14. He's Flowers is number 4. But yeah, wasn't it number 19. There you go, Sultan. Exactly. It was number 19, right? Number 19. There you go, Mike. Now people saying be fire. Okay, that has nothing to do with 14. Yes, the hell it does. Yes, the hell it does. It does have something to do with 14. This is how I'm going to blow your heads off. Pause. Number 19, right? Exactly. Number 19, right? What is Aaron Rodgers? He's number 8, right? 19 plus 8 is what? 19 plus 8 is what? 19 plus 8 is what? 19 plus 8 is 27. What is 2 times 7?
Are you fucking serious?
Yep. Number 19. Number 9, Aaron Rodgers, number 8, throws it to number 19. 19 plus 8 is 27. What is 2 times 7? I know y'all probably like, God damn, B5, what the fuck? How the fuck you be coming up with this shit? Instantly, when I saw that 2 days ago, I instantly said that. You know what's so crazy? It didn't even take me no time to even do the math or nothing. I said, boom, there goes the 14, aka the 4, however you want to look at it. But let's stick with the 14. There goes the 14 once again.
Are you fucking serious?
You see what I'm saying? Instantly. I could come up with that shit instantly because I see it. 14 or 4 people is always going to have some impact this year in football. And yes, thanks to the missed field goal, the Ravens ended the game scoring 14 fourth quarter points. Yes, that field goal missed 14 points in the fourth quarter. There go to 14. There goes the 4. Not to mention, we all know that missed field goal was a 44-yard. There goes the 2 4s again, because y'all got to pay attention to that 2-4 shit. as well. 2 4s, 4 and 4. Once again, anybody that's new to this channel, you got to understand, when y'all have the time, please go back and watch the other lives. I spoke about 14. There's other shit that, you know, that happened a couple of months ago and weeks ago that, you know, just so you have a better understanding of what's going on, right? You're always going to see something dealing with a 4. You're always going to see something dealing with a 14. This doesn't happen by accident. I want to let you guys know that. It doesn't happen by accident. All of this is on purpose. We seen what just happened with the Steelers and the Ravens. We only speaking about the Steelers and the Ravens because that was the last football game to date, right? That happened 2 days ago. That was a Sunday night game, right? You know, what's his name? Sam Darnold, you know, number 14. He gets the overall seed, right? He brings the Seattle Seahawks to the overall seed. I try to tell people about this, you know, last year. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I just want people to understand, this is what you have to look out for. I know we're making a lot of bets on who we think is going to win the Super Bowl, but when I'm talking about my seeds, it has to connect with 4 some way, somehow, right? It just doesn't have to be an overall number 4 seed. Just know that. It doesn't have to be that, but it has to deal with 4 some way, somehow. That's the reason why I'm just not jumping out the window saying any team in the Super Bowl. I can't just say any team. You can't do that. I have to talk about, listen, pay attention. 4 is going to be involved in the Super Bowl some way, somehow. Whether we get a 1 or 4, whether we get a 2 or 7, whether we get a 2 and 2, whether we get a 3 and 1, whether we get a 7 and 7. You know, it doesn't matter. And if we don't get that, best believe a margin of 14 or a margin of 4, somebody's going to score 4 touchdowns. 4 is going to be involved in the Super Bowl some way, somehow. And make sure you guys get paid off of that. If you have to take a couple of dollars and make some type of bet that you think is going to be around that margin or something, take it. That's if we don't see if we don't see a seed be involved in a Super Bowl with 4, even though I think we're going to see some type of a seeding that numbers adding up to 4, or we get a 1 and 4, 4 and 1, or some shit like that. It's all over the place, people. This is not my opinion too. This is not no conspiracy theory shit. This is right here in front of your face, and I want all of you guys to take advantage of it. I found it interesting that the Steelers are the only play-up team with a 10-7 record. If you are familiar with prime numbers, that record matches the Super Bowl date. I'm going to look that shit up, and I'm not saying you wrong. And here's the thing, Lorenzo. It's funny that you say that. I can't give too much information away, but that 10-7 I find that to be pretty interesting. I wish I could say why, too, because I'm glad you actually made that comment. But in a couple of weeks, I'll let you know why that comment was very interesting. That's what I can say for now, because I don't want to jump the gun. We still have to stick with the number that's now. I don't want to like talk too much, but I like that you said that. So you guys understand, like, you know, just to give the new viewers an idea of what this whole 14 and 4 thing is about. You guys can go look it up. That's all we're gonna see, right? Right? You know, shit. What else? You know, it. I got more amused with the 14 when the shooter here in New York came to the NFL headquarters and did what he did. You know, he happened to be 27 years of age, right? There was a whole bunch of other things that dealt with the 14 when it came to him. Shit, even down to his jersey number. He was a high school football player, right? And his number was 5. We see a whole bunch of 14s going on. His number was 5. He was number 5. We can what's 1 and 4? 1 and 4 is 5. Now, it doesn't have to be in your face. It's going to be hidden, and this is what I want you guys to understand, right? What did I say a couple of weeks ago with Patrick Mahomes? If you think about it, Patrick Mahomes is dealing with the 4. Patrick Mahomes is just not a 6. He deals with the 4. That's the reason why that injury was perfect for this year. Patrick Mahomes going down this year aligns up with the whole 4 narrative. He's number 15. What's the difference between 1 and 5? If anybody knows their math, you would know the difference. What's the number difference between 1 and 5? That would be 4. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? So Patrick Mahomes going down this year, the same year that the 4 and the 14 is a big deal, aligns. Everything aligns. Now it's so much to say. That's why I say I gotta watch my past lives. Every time they talk on TV, all you hear is something dealing with a 4. They always like to talk about the last 4 games. Why do you keep talking about the last 4 games? Why don't you talk about the last 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Why do you guys just keep talking about the last 4? You understand what I'm saying? Why is the Steelers with the only team with that record? I got a lot to say about that, Lorenzo. I got a lot to say about that. It's going to be pretty interesting in weeks to come, right? Let's go to shit. This right here. I told people about this around the NFL draft. You guys, this went over your heads. A lot of people didn't pay attention to this. Maybe I should just put it back up. Right? The last 4 games thing. You guys see that, right? They talk about 4 a lot. Chat, you guys know this. People that's watching that's not in the chat, you guys know this. That's the reason why I say when you guys give your NFL predictions, not saying that you have to listen to me, because you don't have to listen to me. I'm not the end all be all. But what I'm saying is, when you do your picking, please pay attention to the 4 connection. Don't just look at any team. There's a lot of teams that you could probably say has a chance to win the Super Bowl. Yeah, of course, right? But just pay attention. Does this 4 connect with this team some way, somehow? Not everybody's going to have a 4 seed, because the only 4 seeds right now is the Steelers and the Panthers, right? But that's not the only 2 teams you could just think of winning the Super Bowl. There's other teams too, but there's a connection. Like I said, a 7 and a 7, a 2 versus a 7. 1 and 4, 4 and 1. However you see the 3 versus 1, right? A 2 and 6, a 4 and 4, 2 and 2. People, it could be a 1 and 5. What's in between that? So basically, don't think that picking anybody it's not going to be that easy picking somebody, because 4 is going to be involved some way, somehow. But let's go to this though. Y'all don't remember this. A lot of people don't remember this. I love this picture because instantly I found that suspect. Let's go to the draft. Around the draft time. Remember that? Exhibit A. Exhibit A. Boom. What is that? What is that, B-Fire? What is that you showing us? Look familiar? Look familiar? I can move it around for y'all. Hold on. Just so you have a better idea of what that is. You see Deion Sanders with Shiloh and Shedeur, right? During the draft. Right? I don't know if that was day 1, day 2, right? Or something like that. Look at Deion Sanders' hand. Why on earth is Deion Sanders making that sign? For those that's watching, I know you're probably laughing. Why in the hell was Deion Sanders making that sign with his hand? Y'all can't call me a conspiracy theorist. At some point, y'all got to say, I think you got a point, B-Fi. I'll zoom it up even more. That's Deion Sanders right there. That's Deion Sanders. And Shedeur was what? He was in the 5th round, right? He came in the 5th round, right? Look at this. Look at that. Look at his hand. Look at his hand. What does that look like? What is he holding up? Somebody tell me what he's holding up. Ironically, you can't see his thumb. Well, you probably see the thumb maybe just a little bit. But we do, if we don't see the thumb, best believe we see 4 fingers.
Are you fucking serious?
4 fingers right there. That's right, 4 gang. You see that right there in your face. These are the type of things that I pay attention to. I try to tell people I look at things differently. I have to look at things differently. As somebody that's in the production, they don't show or let us hear things for no reason. But don't worry, you guys don't have to do the dirty work. I could do the dirty work for you. I could do the dirty work for you. You see that right there? And to me, that was funny when I saw that. When I saw that, I'm like, there you go. Proving me right from what I said last year. Because remember, that was when is the draft? The draft is like Mayish or some shit like that, right? But I was laughing because I'm like, it proved me right, because I was talking about the whole 14 thing during maybe sometime around November of last year. Little by little, I was talking about that shit. I think it was a little bit before, maybe October of last year, right? That's when everything started to connect with me. But I was like, look at this bullshit. Because why are you putting that? It's not like you only have 4 fingers. You made sure you did that. You made sure you had that 4. Put that 4 down like that. That picture, whoever took the picture showed that, and they made sure that shit hit the media. And this is what I keep trying to tell people. I want you guys to learn this, man. The draft is in April. Yes, thank you. So yeah, it was in April. And I said, what the fuck? So I guess I was fucking right with this whole 4 shit, because I look at 14 as 4 times 1. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, chat? And everybody watching, I look at the 14 as 4 times 1. That's why I said you could say 14, aka the 4. They don't got that there for no fucking reason. Why are you showing that? Why are you showing that? It's the same thing when they doing those signs. If they live by a certain higher power, right? They make sure they put it in that picture, in that screen. However, if they doing a 1-eye cover, whatever it is, right? Fine, that's the life you live. That's the life you live. But Deion Sanders making sure we see that 4 for a reason. And yes, yeah, Prime already got 4 toes because one of them had to go not too long ago. Doesn't Jerry Judy wear number 2, Shador number 12? 12 plus 2, aka what? 14?
Are you fucking serious?
You guys understand? Chat, you understand what I'm trying to tell you? Right? Once again, you may have to go do some fact checking and go listen to my other videos and understand. It's so much though. It's so much. Little shit like that. So when you guys do your picks, or when you have your conversation with your guys, tell them, listen, be careful with a 4. Be careful with 14. Now, they're going to tell you what the fuck are you talking about. They're going to say that. They're probably going to think you crazy, right? But let them know. Make sure you divert them over here so I can break it down so they can have a better understanding. Because what I'm saying, if you think about it, what I'm saying is not no conspiracy theory shit. It can't be. You want to know why? Because it's right in front of our face. Everything that I'm saying is right in front of our face. You guys watch the games, right? You guys watch the game. Certain teams only scoring 14. Certain teams losing by 14. They make sure it stays on this specific number. So when you see it there, just know it just might stay there. That's when you're watching certain games. Might get blown out by 14 or lose by 14. Right? 14 is going to be involved some way, somehow. Or 4. They have to put it in the public, but you have to catch it. Or you have to listen to what they say. Also, even they could be slick and talk about the number 2. And if you notice, they always bring up the number 2 again to connect with the other 2. Now, this ain't no conspiracy theory shit, but it's right there. Everything is done with numbers. Everything. And none of this is gematria. Shout out to the people that do gematria. I don't do gematria. right? I listen when people talk about the whole gematria. I listen. You know, I do give it a listen. Of course, I don't like just disown it. I mean, like fuck what you're saying. No, no. This right here is more like it's right in front of your goddamn face. That's what it is. Or maybe for me, I'm so used to it that it connects like that whenever I see something. I found it funny for anybody that's wondering, because somebody asked me last week, yo, B Fire, how old are you? You it's funny that I'm talking about it this year. You know how old I am? I'm 40 years old.
Are you fucking serious?
I'm 40. I'm 40. I don't know if this whole 4 thing is stuck with me because of right whatever the situation is, right? Maybe it's just how things line up. Maybe that's how the world lines up. But yes, 4 to 14. A lot of things, like if you want to look at how this season was, 4 was a big deal. It was a big deal. Now, that's with all sports. I don't want you guys to think that this is just the NFL thing, right? So we gonna continue to rant, but we have little by little we have to talk about something. This is how I'm gonna bust y'all brains out right now. This is how I'm gonna have to bust y'all brains out right now. Please load that screen up. Boom. Y'all see that on the screen? What that say? For anybody watching, y'all see it. For those that's not watching, number 14 and number 4, Indiana. That's right. The state of Indiana. 14-4. That's right. Okay, B Fire, what's your point? My point, the number 14 and the number 4 is basically Indiana's year. Right? Right? Because what I mean by that is this happens every single season. People that's watching, you're gonna notice something. You're gonna notice something, right? With sports in general, not the NFL, but what you're gonna notice, right? Let me fix that. What you're gonna notice is they usually have a state that does good in all sports. All the teams tend to do good, or they make some type of noise, or they're in the headlines. This happens year after year after year. It happens a lot, right? This year, 2025, you can say 2024/25, right? You can say that because some sports they have a 2-year thing, right? Depending on when they start and when they finish, kind of like the NBA, right? They started in 2025, but they're gonna finish in 2026. You guys know that. I don't have to school you on that. But just follow me here, right? Every year you're gonna see that with a different state, right? You guys follow me, right? You're gonna see that. Just walk with me for a second. Just walk with me, guys. Just sit back and walk with me. This is not gonna take long. Especially with Indiana. It's not going to take long. This year, the state of Indiana is actually the state to look into. Right? This is how I'm going to burst your bubble. Right? Let's start it off with this. Here's the funny shit. Let's have fun. real quick. Okay. Number 14 is a big deal, like I've been saying. Let's do this. If you talk about, no, not if you talk about, if you say all the states in alphabetical order. Let's say all the states in alphabetical order. Let's say it. Let's say it, guys. Alabama's 1. Let's say that. Let me make sure I'm looking at this, looking at you guys. Alabama's 1. Alaska's 2. Arizona's 3. Arkansas's 4. California's 5. Colorado is 6. Connecticut 7. Delaware 8. Florida 9. Georgia 10. Hawaii 11. Idaho 12. Illinois is 13. Indiana is what number? Indiana is what state in alphabetical order? That would be the 14.
Are you fucking serious?
Indiana is the 14th state in alphabetical fucking order. You see this bullshit? Do you guys see the bullshit that these leagues all together put in front of your face? They all work together. They all work together, people. All of these leagues work together. Ironically, all we see is 14 up and down everywhere in sports. And Indiana happens to be the 14th state in alphabetical order. What the motherfucking fuck? Now, because I think I know where you guys are going to go with this. I want you guys to be careful with putting all your eggs in one basket with the state of Indiana. I'm going to tell you why. Because like I said, just because there's a number out there doesn't mean it's a good thing. Let me cook for a second. This one right here ain't gonna take a long time. So now that we got that out the way, Indiana, the 14th state, 2025. Indiana has been on the roll, right? We can start off small, right? In NCAA basketball, you do know that the of last season, the Indiana Hoosiers the basketball team, they didn't make it to the tournament, right? Fine, they didn't make it to the tournament, right? But you know what number they was hovering around before they finally got eliminated from the top 25? Because you know it's the top 25. The AP poll is the top 25. That's like that in football, and it's like that in basketball. You guys know that. You know the number they stood around for a long time, and I didn't even have to fact check this because I knew this for sure. I already knew this. The number that they stood on for a long time and that they was hovering around, it was the number 22. It wasn't 14, it was the number 22. So there goes the 4. Like I said, the 14, aka the 4. They was hovering around that 4 before they got knocked out of the 25 in the very end. They didn't get to make the big dance, which is the tournament. I find that to be funny and very ironic, right? And I remember it was a big deal in the Big Ten about that. Like, damn, Indiana, they could have, they could have been one of the teams that at least make it or be one of the first 4 out, some shit like that, and then they blew it. But they was hovering around 22, and then for some reason they blew it in the goddamn end, right? I remember that, right? Yeah. Let me cook. Yeah, I got this. Yep, right. But you know what? There's another team, Purdue. you notice for the longest, especially last season, Purdue finished because they always make a big deal about the top 4, right? College basketball always makes a big deal about the top 4. Purdue, once again, like they usually have been doing, finishes in the top 4 because Purdue is in Indiana. I don't know, I could be wrong, but last time I checked, Purdue is in Indiana, right? So Purdue, they make sure they're good. And then Purdue, didn't they just go to the championship not too long ago? I think 2 years prior or some shit like that, right? So they made sure Purdue is a big deal. So that's college. That's what happened with college basketball. They're going to make sure Purdue finishes in that top 4. They're ranked 4. Currently, right now, they're hovering around the top 4. They're 5 right now, trying to get back into that 4 seed. Purdue, you guys can go look that up. Purdue's number 5, still going for that 4 seed. And then that's when the 14 comes into play, because you know the 4 and the 1, the 5. But they should finish in that top 5 like they usually do. So we got that out the way with college basketball. That's what's going on. Right? Indiana Pacers. Yes, that's right, chat. Indiana Pacers, as you know, Indiana Pacers went to the finals. That's an Indiana team. But when some people forget. This is how I'm connecting. I'm not just saying Indiana. I'm also talking about the number as well. What seed was the Indiana Pacers when they went to the finals? See, I'm not just talking about Indiana. I'm connecting how the 4 and the 14 connects with Indiana. It's not just about Indiana. Indiana finishes as the 4 seed. You know what I'm saying? They finish as a 4 seed. They finish as a 4 seed. They go against who? They go against OKC, that finished as a 1 seed. Last time I checked, I think that's the 14.
Are you fucking serious?
That's right, Sultan. They probably saying this nigga's crazy. Because the normal person is not going to think about none of this stuff. They're going to watch the game, which I understand. You know what I'm saying? I can't judge that. I understand it. They're going to just watch the game. They're not really going to really think too hard about it. Right? But yeah, Indiana Pacers make it to the NBA Finals. But not only that, they go as a 4 seed. And here's another thing too. In NCAA basketball, Purdue and Indiana, they didn't finish as a winner. Indiana Pacers, they don't finish as a winner, even though the 14 is right there with them as well. 14, aka the 4. OKC's 1, Indiana Pacers, they make sure they the 4 seed. They lose the NBA Finals. They go WNBA. As you guys know, for some reason, they were sucking who? Caitlin Clark. I don't find it ironic. Caitlin Clark is a big deal right around this time. Right? She was a big deal earlier this year. But then you want to know what's so funny? She had a Patrick Mahomes moment. She had got injured. Caitlin Clark got injured this year. Remember, she couldn't play in the WNBA Finals, ironically. Fake injury once again. Fake injury once again. And you know what makes this also funny? Indiana Fever, they make the finals as what seed, though? The Indiana Fever make the finals as a 6 seed. Who did they lose to? The Las Vegas Aces, which was a number 2 seed. What is the difference between 6 and 2? Don't worry, I got all day. The difference between the 6 and the 2 is what? That's the 4.
Are you fucking serious?
That's the 4. So it's not even just about Indiana. It's about Indiana with the 4 and the 14. These are the little nuggets people's not thinking about. So yeah, that's another team in Indiana in professional sports that goes to a championship. But then also they lose, right? So Indiana Fever makes the finals. Indiana Fever makes the finals as a 6 seed, losing to the number 2 seed, Las Vegas Aces, led by who? Who leads the Las Vegas Aces? Who's the best woman basketball player right now? She probably is gonna go down as the GOAT, not for nothing. A'ja Wilson? A'ja Wilson, right? Asia Wilson, right? And could somebody please tell me? Could somebody? No. The Aces made the NBA Finals against the Phoenix Mercury. They did? When? No. So they went to the Final Four, right? They went to the Final Four. I mean. It was the Mercury. I gotta see how many points she scored too that day. It wasn't no Phoenix Mercury. No. It wasn't the Phoenix, it was the Fever. September 20. Wait, what do you guys say? It was in September. No, you're right. I'll take that back. I'm talking too fucking fast. I'm talking too fast. It was the Phoenix Mercury. Yes, it was the Phoenix Mercury. I take that back. It was the number 6 seed. What it was Las Vegas in the first round. I'm sorry. It was the first round. I'm talking about the WNBA Finals. I just fucking exposed. I'm sorry, y'all. I just exposed a WNBA video that I was gonna do for y'all. I just exposed it. I might as well just do it. I might as well do it this week or something like that. I had not a surprise video, but I had a video talking about a connection with the WNBA Finals and the girls. But the first round with Caitlin Clark, when she got injured, right, y'all? Let me take that back. It was the first round, right? The first round. The Aces so everything still stands. So they didn't win. They didn't beat them to win the championship. But they went against each other in the playoffs. Indiana was the 6th seed, right? Right? So no. I have to change that. And I just exposed what the fuck I was supposed to talk about in another video. I wasn't supposed to talk about Aces in the finals. It was something. I already blew it up though. Okay, but now let's just still stick with the Indiana and Vegas. Number 6 seed, number 2 seed. So everything still stands the same. It's just that this wasn't the NBA Finals, the WNBA Finals. Why I keep saying that? The WNBA Finals, right? But yes, they met in the playoffs. Ironically, Caitlin Clark was injured, right? They was making a big deal about her, and then she got injured. Fake injury, of course.
Are you fucking serious?
Fake injury, of course, right? Number 6 seed, number 2 seed. Indiana was a big deal. Connected. What's the difference between the 6 and the 2? You get the 4. Once again. So Indiana with the whole 4 thing against who? Aja Wilson. That's number what? Number 22. That's the 4. And yes, they won the championship, by the way. So Aja Wilson, however you pronounce it, wins the WNBA Finals. And what? She's number 4. And not to mention, are the Las Vegas Aces, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, aren't they 3-1 now aren't they 3-1? Because Aja Wilson, she got 3. Asia, why I keep saying Aja? Asia got 3 championships, right? And she lost 1. I think they 3-1 now, right? People fact check that. Somebody fact check if they're 3-1 in the WNBA Finals. Las Vegas Aces, that is. The Fever lost in the semifinals to the Aces, so they made it to the Final Four. The Final 4 teams. Yes, the Final 4 teams. There you go. Once again, there goes that stupid 4. Thank you for that, Lorenzo. Yes, there you go, Go. Aja wears number 22. 2 plus 2 is also the 4. Yes, Aja and Cece both wear 22. Adds up to 4. This is ridiculous. Y'all don't find that shit ridiculous? Y'all don't find that ridiculous? With all these 4s, and once again, I keep trying to tell you guys about the damn 4. And yes, they're 3-1.
Are you fucking serious?
See the bullshit right there? So that's the WNBA. So Indiana had a little run. They could have did something. They failed. Made it to the Final Four. Indiana. Made it to the Final Four. Indiana. See that bullshit? Now, NFL. Oh shit. Gotta make sure that shit is right. NFL. NFL. Hey, NFL, because you know you guys love the 14 and you guys love the 4, right? Indianapolis Colts. What do I always say? There's a first half of the season and there's a second half of the season. Correct? First half of the season, second half of the season. The Colts start off 7-1. They start off 7-1. They start off hot. So they are a big deal. They're like basically the hottest team in the NFL the first half of the season with your man Daniel Jones, right? So they make sure the Indianapolis Colts, another Indiana team, is a big deal in another sport. This is football, that is. They start off hot. They start off 7-1. They start off 7-1, right? Their biggest winning streak, the most games that they won in a row, by the way, for those that don't know, it was 4 games.
Are you fucking serious?
It was 4 games. 4 games, people. Indianapolis Colts wins 4 games in a row. That's the most that they win. But then that, second half of the season, Daniel Jones with the fake injury, he goes down. No more talk about Indiana. Well, not no more talk, but they start to do bad. A'ja Wilson is 3-0 in the NBA Finals. No. But I'm talking about the Aces. The Aces as a whole, though. That's what I'm saying. No, the Aces as a whole is 3-1, though. That's what I mean. Yeah. It's not really just about A'ja Wilson. It was just who they lost to. Happened to be A'ja Wilson going to the finals. She went to the finals, number 22, adds up to 4, and she happened to win this year. That's what it's about. It's not really about her being foreign, no. No, just that the Aces are 3-1. That's 4 games, 4 NBA championships. So they go to 4. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I meant. That's what that was about. Yeah, it was the fact that they go to their 4th championship the same year that the 14 and the 4 is a big deal. That's what that was about. Yeah, just so I ain't want to confuse you guys, right? But yeah, so their biggest streak was 4 games. Indianapolis Colts, that is, right? So of course, when they go for their 5th game, what happens? They lose it. So now they become 4-1. Right? And then this is when it gets interesting. That's when they bring back, right? That's when they bring back 44, right? 2 4s, 44-year-old, 2004, first round, 4th pick, Phillip Rivers.
Are you fucking serious?
I repeat that again. The Indianapolis Colts bring back 44-year-old, 2004, first round, 4th pick, Phillip Rivers. You got 4-14 all over the motherfucking place. Ain't that about a bitch? You guys don't you guys understand where I'm coming from? Right? That sounded crazy, right? They bring back 44-year-old, 2004, first round, 4th pick, Phillip Rivers. He came back for a reason. It was done on purpose. He was going to come back anyway. It was set for him to come back. Daniel Jones getting injured, all of this was fake. All of it was fake. And yes, his first opponent, thank you for that, Soul. His first Sue Soul, I like that. Nah, for real though. His first opponent was number 14, Sam Darnold, and you know they made that game a big deal.
Are you fucking serious?
They made it a big deal. Seahawks win by the skin of their teeth. You guys don't find that funny? 44-year-old, 2004, first round, fourth pick, Phillip Rivers. He comes back. It was all set up. Phillip Rivers was coming back anyway. Somebody just don't get out of their couch and come and plays like that. I don't know why people fall for this shit. I don't know why they think that shit is real.
Are you fucking serious?
It's not real. It was set up like that from the beginning. It was set up. It was set up like that from the beginning. So Azure did lose an NBA Finals, right? They lost the first one, right? Because that's when they first came in the league, right? Well, that's when they first became the Aces, right? Or some shit like that. They lost the first one. Or am I bugging? Okay, but yeah, off that. But yeah, so Phillip Rivers was coming back anyway. I want you guys to know that. It was already set up because think about it. If we're talking about the 14 and the 4, if we're talking about the 14 and the 4 Indianapolis Colts, they just don't pick up a guy like that. If you trying to win a Super Bowl, why would you pick up somebody like that if this is all real? All the quarterbacks that's available, you pick up a 44-year-old 2004 first round fourth pick Phillip Rivers. The same year, the 14 and the 4 is a big deal. Come on, I was born at night, not last night. Yes, Tomlin and Harb, before Harb got fired today, a couple of hours ago, faced each other 44, 2 4s, 44 times. I'm so glad a lot of you guys are seeing this and you can't call me crazy. Seriously, I'm so glad you guys are seeing that. You can't say B-Fire is crazy. I'm just really glad you're seeing this. I'm really glad you're seeing this. I'm so glad you're seeing it. So now, and then, as far as that, they don't make the playoffs. On top of that, they don't make the playoffs. So I say all that to say, every Indiana team this year has failed to raise a trophy. But now it comes down to this team. Indiana Hoosiers. Indiana Hoosiers. Indiana Hoosiers. The football team, that is. Do they win the national title this year? Because, I mean, college football, the Indiana Hoosiers, they are the number 1 overall seed in all of college football. They also have the Heisman winner. So this team had to be the one to have the Heisman winner, Fernando Mendoza, right? Not to mention they have a 14-game winning streak right now. They have a 14-game winning streak right now. Forgot about that. Now, it's up to them. Do they win or do they lose? Being that 14, aka the 4, has been going on with all these Indiana teams this year, and they all failed to win a championship. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to win or lose, but I'm asking y'all, does Indiana win or do they lose? Because every other Indiana team in sports, college basketball, NBA, WNBA, NFL, has all failed. And for those out there that's wondering, Major League Baseball doesn't have an Indiana team. For those that's wondering out there, NHL doesn't have an Indiana team. Okay? So now, college football. Are they going to be the team in Indiana to raise a trophy? Because every Indiana team has failed to do it.
Are you fucking serious?
Goat says, I think so. And that's what I wanted to talk to y'all about with the whole Indiana thing. 14-4. So the people out there that's watching, this is no conspiracy theorist shit. This is all real. Does the Indiana Hoosiers win? Do they go all the way? They're already in. Oh yeah, and by the way, they're ready to fight. They're already in the final 4 teams that's left. Final 4 teams, right? Only 4 teams left. We got Indiana, Oregon, Ole Miss, Miami. That's 4 teams that's left. Indiana Hoosiers are in the final 4. They're in the final 4, just like all the other teams. Well, not in college basketball, but they were ranked 4, which is Purdue. That's what they were. Caitlin Clark and them, final 4 teams. Indiana Pacers, they go to the finals, right? Indianapolis Colts, they made sure the 4s is connected with them every which way, with your man Phillip Rivers. The 4s is everywhere with Indiana this year. Indiana Hoosiers football team, final 4. So even if they win or they don't win, the 4 still connects with Indiana football team. College, that is. So I want you guys, before you go and make that bet, and I'm not trying to persuade you. I'm not trying to do any of that. You can feel confident because they just may be the team to do it. They just may be the team to do it. Do they do it? Do they do it? Because, can we see a 1-4 going on, right? Because like I said earlier this year, it depends on how you look at it with college basketball. You can go by last year because the tournament was in 2025, right? To be honest with you, right? It depends on how you look at it. The college basketball team, they failed. That's 0-1. The NBA, the Pacers failed. That's 0-2. WNBA, Indiana failed. That's 0-3. Indianapolis Colts, they failed. That's 0-4. Please, somebody let me know if Indiana Hoosiers, the football team, win. That becomes what? I think that becomes 14.
Are you fucking serious?
Wow. Now, I'm not saying that happens because it could become 0-5 because the 14 will still be involved. That's the reason why I'm doing this show. The 5 is still a big deal. It can still hit. That's still 5 teams. 1-4. Like I said, you got to understand, these are billionaires for a reason. They're not just going to sit 14 in your face like that. They are, but they're not just going to make it like that easy, right? 5 teams to talk about. I just broke it down for y'all. 5 teams: NCAA basketball, NBA, WNBA, NFL, and now this is college football as far as Indiana Hoosiers. That's 5. 1-4. Damn. Shout out to my chat. Shout out to my chat. Damn. Y'all see that? This shit, I need you people to pay attention. That's watching. This shit is not done. by accident. It's all on purpose. So when people ask me questions of who I think is going to win what, blah, 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 I look at it from this type of lens. I just don't go out and just say a team just because. I have to look at what they have planned. See how they seeing it. Right? I got to see it how they see it. Or probably come close to how they see it. Something like that. Right? Indiana 14, aka the 4. It's here, people. It's here. You know what I'm saying? And for those that just came in, I started off letting the chat know if you say each state in alphabetical order, because somebody in the chat they just came in, right? And I said it a couple minutes ago, but I'll say it one more time. Right? If you say every state in the United States in alphabetical order, number 1, Alabama. Number 2, Alaska. Number 3, Arizona. Number 4, Arkansas. Number 5, California. Number 6, Colorado. Number 7, Connecticut. Number 8, Delaware. Number 9, Florida. Number 10, Georgia. Number 11, Hawaii. Number 12, Idaho. Number 13, Illinois. Number 14, that would be fucking Indiana.
Are you fucking serious?
Think about that. Think about that. Everybody's. Let me just, before we talk about what's going on in the chat, right? I got to bring this up because for those that's new to me, probably don't remember me like showing this. Yeah. Just listen. If y'all know who Shaun Alexander is, he played for the Seahawks. He played for the Seattle Seahawks. He was number 37, Shaun Alexander, right? Not sitting there saying that the Seahawks is going all the way or anything like that. I'm not saying that. But this was something that was a big deal this year. Let's roll the footage.
So I wasn't, we're just now starting to tell people, but number 14 is in the belly. Yeah, you're the first one I've told on TV. So on this live. So yeah, so we're just now starting to tell everybody. So we have had 10 girls, 3 boys. My oldest son, the 4th overall, Joseph, is a sophomore in high school. And since we homeschooled, they won the Super Bowl in 7th grade and 8th grade. There was no way for him to play in the public schools, at least not in Virginia. And so at DMV, so we created a homeschool co-op, and we invited all the homeschool kids in the area to play football, and we started Harvest Covenant. So we got great thriving families, individual academic.
You guys notice? Yeah. Shaun was a beast. He was a beast. You guys notice? Let me play a real. I don't want to hurt you guys' ears, but pay attention to this. Pay attention to this.
So I wasn't. We're just now starting to tell people, but number 14 is in the belly. Yeah, you're the first one I've told on TV. So on this live. So yeah, so we're just now starting to tell everybody. So we have had 10 girls, 3 boys. My oldest son, the 4th overall. My oldest son, the 4th overall, Joseph. My oldest son, the 4th overall, Joseph. Had 10 girls, 3 boys. my oldest son, the fourth overall, Joseph.
Could you believe that shit?
Are you fucking serious?
Why the fuck did he have to say 14's in the belly, right? And then he followed. I know he mentions 10, right? But that we know that's not a big deal. He mentions 10. But matter of fact, actually, he does. Actually, it is a big deal. Break it down. Let me break it down for y'all once again. Just how, because I want everybody to know I'm not fucking tripping. Listen to that. Just listen to it real good. Now, I promise I'm not going to play it no more again. But think about it. Play it one more time.
Yeah, you're the first one I've told on TV. So on this live. So yeah, so we're just now starting to tell everybody. So we have had 10 girls, 3 boys. My oldest son, the fourth overall, Joseph, is a sophomore in high school. And since we homeschooled, they won the.
He has to mention 14 and he follows it by 10, but then he finishes it with 4. 10 plus 4, we all know is what? That's 14.
Are you fucking serious?
10 plus 4, we all know is 14. He says he has 14, right? Then he says the number 10, then he says the number 4. But he finishes it with the number 4. What I say? 14, aka the goddamn 4. People, I'm not making this shit up. Now you understand where I'm coming from when I say the things I'm saying? I need you guys to understand. Shout out to my chat for understanding where I'm coming from with this. When I say these things, it's not no conspiracy theorist shit. It's right here. It's right here in front of your face. These leagues know what they doing. Shout out to everybody that's fucking watching. I hope y'all taking notes. Because here on Rig Scripted and Fixed, let me tell you something. When you come to this platform, this is the type of information you're going to get. I'm trying to give you guys information. This is not a fanboy platform. It's not a fanboy platform. You're not going to see a whole bunch of helmets and you're not going to see like the same shit that, the shit that they be doing on TV or, the podcast with the former players. No disrespect to them or whatever, but you ain't going to see all of that. You're right over here. You're going to hear things that you can actually learn from. No biasness, none of that shit. I don't care about the coaches. Coaches don't make no difference and they don't affect no games. Absolutely no coach affects the game. These players don't affect the game. You know who affects the game? The owners.
Are you fucking serious?
Right? It's like playing chess. Right? The ones that's controlling and moving the pieces, those are the owners. The pawns, the ones that the pieces are just the players. The players are the pieces, but the ones that's moving them are the owners. That's what you got to understand when you come to this platform. Anybody that's listening, I'm gonna let you guys know that I don't care about no football. I don't care about no team. The team, I don't have no favorite. All my knowledge, I know every team. I could talk to you guys about every team because I have no favorite. That's what I'm saying. You can come here and you ain't going to get no bias shit over here. I make sure I pay attention to every team, right? But I don't care about the players. I don't care about what quarterback is the best and who sucks, right? You know the reason why I don't care about that is because let's say, for instance, it is real, right? If it's real, your man Sam Darnold should be super trash. If you guys notice, I've never been hard on Sam Darnold. For years, I've never been hard on him. You want to know why? Because I knew he's not trash. He's a talented player for real. You put him on the Jets is a team that's supposed to lose. The script is for the Jets to be a fucking horrible garbage team. That's their script. So when you put him there, how you think he's supposed to play? He's only doing what he's told, because there's no way he goes from being like that and then you put him on the motherfucking Seahawks and then you see this. When you see this. You said, wait, when was this? What you talking about, BZ? But you see what I'm saying? You don't put Sam Darnold on the Jets, who he started with, and then now all of a sudden he becomes a Seahawk, and now he's playing like that. That's the reason why. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some players I tell you I don't really like, whether it was real or not. Of course, you're gonna hear me say that. That's just players I just don't fuck with at all. I just don't like them. It's just something about it, real or fake. But I don't really get into no, this player struggle. They need to get rid of him. I don't care about who they get rid of. None of it is real. None of it is real. There's people that's fans of teams that's never gonna win a Super Bowl. So it really is a waste of time talking about some of that shit. Real life football, that's why I said real life football, Lamar, to me, Lamar's the best when it comes to real talent. Let me tell you something, he'll run circles around people if it was real, but he has a script he has to run by. Right? I told people that too. If I had to start a football team with real players, not real players, they all real people. But if I had to start a football team, or if I'm gonna do Madden, right? If I'm playing Madden, you know how I'm gonna put on my team as my quarterbacks? It's gonna be Lamar and it's gonna be Aaron Rodgers for real.
Are you fucking serious?
Because Aaron Rodgers to me is the best thrower of a football I've ever seen. The best thrower of a football I've ever seen. My opinion, the best thrower of a football I've ever seen. And he knows how to control the clock. He knows, like, you can tell talent-wise, you put him in a real football game, bro, he's a fucking beast in real football. Right? Lamar, he'll run circles around a lot of motherfuckers in real football. But this is not what we watch. That's why you can't get too invested in it. I don't care who the coach is. I don't care about who the players are. It's certain teams are not allowed to win. That's what people have to understand. So I'm only saying all this, people, is when you come to this platform, this is what you're gonna get here. You're gonna get honesty over here. And I'm gonna break down certain shit that you guys need to see. Yeah, Dan Marino, that's what I'm saying, right? Okay, how's he that good and he can't win a Super Bowl? It's because it was the script that was his script. Oh, Lorenzo. Oh, Lorenzo. Oh, yeah. Let me tell y'all something. I say his name now. Yep. Shout out to him, Caleb Williams.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah. Because I already got caught. I think it was you that had caught me, right? I think it was you that had caught me, right, Lorenzo? But yeah, I say his name now. What did I say? I said if the NFL allows him to get a playoff run or to make the playoffs and for the Bears to have a good record, then I'll say his name. Now you can start saying his name. You got to keep it up. But yes, I do say his name. They allowed him to be here because the only reason why I said that is you got to understand the sports world was sucking him a lot. So I'm like, how y'all sucking him a lot? And he come in and he play like this. That was my thing. Now what he got? He got he's in the top 4 seeds. Right? Chicago's one of the top 4 seeds that get a playoff game. They're in one of the top 4 seeds. I can say his name. But I just want people to know, like, this is the type of information that you're going to get here. Breakdowns. Right? I'm infamous for breaking down the whole Chiefs thing. Nobody realized that shit. Years ago, I did that. I caught on to that whole Patrick Mahomes shit just like that. Like, something not real. This not right. No disrespect to him, but nobody comes in the league and just have success like that. That's impossible. It's impossible because if that was the case, he should have been number 1 overall pick. It didn't add up. It didn't add up like that. That doesn't make no sense. Realistically, it makes no sense. You don't have, what do you have, 50 touchdowns on his first year starting? He was a real big deal, but he hasn't touched that ever since. It wasn't real. I caught on to that like that. Like something not right about that. That's not real. That's a prop up. That's a prop up. He should have been a #1 overall pick if that was the case. The most talented quarterbacks aren't allowed to win as much at the high level. Absolutely. You notice how these #1, #2 draft picks have a hard time winning Super Bowls, but you got people that's picked damn near Tom Brady. Look at him. Well, he's what 199 in the 6th round or some shit like that, right? He's known he got the most Super Bowls, right? The attention's on Patrick Mahomes right now. He got 3 already. He wasn't #1, 2. Well, he was 10th. So you mean to tell me 9 quarterbacks went ahead of him? So you mean to tell me basically what you guys are saying, not you guys, but what the NFL is saying is these scouts are not really good at their job.
Are you fucking serious?
Pretty much, that's what you're saying. Right? That's what you're saying. These scouts are not really good at their job. That's what I'm saying. If you sit back and really pay attention, something is not right about these leagues. That's when it started to click on me. This is not real. Was Peyton Manning better than Tom Brady in real life? Honestly, I think if you look at both of them, they kind of equal to me. I call it like 50-50 with them too. In real life, I kind of feel like they 50-50. I'm going to be honest with you. But Peyton Manning is actually higher than what they say. So I get what you're saying. Right? I get what you're saying, GOAT, right? But it's something on a lot of shit in sports don't people, right? People watching, my guys in the chat. I feel like us regular people can do a better job than a lot of these people that work for the NFL. I'm dead serious. And I know somebody say, oh, it's easy to say because you're not in that position. No, seriously, because they keep making the same mistakes over and over and over and over, which leads me to believe this is all being done on purpose because a lot of people should be losing their job. If the whole goal is to win, if I'm an owner and I really do want to win, but we keep making the same mistakes over and over and over and over, we haven't won a Super Bowl in 20 years or 10 years, whatever the case may be, something's not right. I need to fire you. Why do I keep you and it's hard for me to win? If this is real, you know me, if this is real. These draft picks are done on purpose. Everything is done on purpose. Don't let me start talking about these guys on TV, right? These guys on TV, these so-called analysts, these so-called experts, they should lose their job because they always quick to say, like they'll talk about, let's just say for instance, Mike Tomlin, always calling for Mike Tomlin should lose his job or John Harbaugh should lose his job, right? So I should say the same thing about you guys on TV because every time you guys come on TV and you always make certain predictions on what you think is going to happen, you guys end up more wrong than you more right.
Are you fucking serious?
So if you're more wrong than you're more right, and you got us regular schmegular people sitting down listening to you, taking your advice, but you're wrong. Shouldn't you be called for your job too? A lot of people listen to what y'all say. They listen to what y'all say. They go and make the bet because you said it and they lose. Now, of course, you didn't go out and tell them to lose the bet. But the thing is, we're taking the information that you tell us. We'll go out and make that bet. And if we keep losing more than we win, your job should be on the line because obviously you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's assuming it's real. You guys get what I'm saying? If you really start connecting the dots, it's not real because you keep giving us wrong information. Whether people go out and bet it or not, you keep giving us wrong information. If you're wrong more than you right, kind of like a coach, if he loses more than he wins, his job is on the line, correct? So these guys that get these TV deals, right? Former players get these, they get to be on ESPN, CBS, Fox, ABC, and they get to talk. They get to be on the NFL Network, and they get to talk with their suits and really act like they saying something. And people really sit and listen to them. You want to know why? Because they say, yo, this is a former player. He knows what he's talking about. So why is he more wrong than he's right when it comes to the game? You should be fired. Because if I was to get that job, and you think they're gonna allow me to say the things that I say here, now just imagine if I was able to be on ESPN and I said, yo, I said to the audience, pay attention to the 14s and the 4, my ass would be fired with the quickness. And if I started breaking it down for y'all, they're gonna have my ass in that office like, yo, bro, what are you doing? You talking too much. You are talking way too much. You are helping people. We are not in the job. We're not in the industry of helping people. We're going to say something, cause a narrative. People's going to go out and bet with their narrative and go bet and lose. You want to know why? Because we have deals with the sports books. It's the sports books versus the people. How the fuck? What are you doing? You can't do that. I'm trying to tell y'all people, wake up. One day y'all gonna realize what I'm saying is fucking right when it's all said and done. I swear to God. I'm telling y'all. I'm trying to tell. They would really stop the show. I'm trying to tell y'all. That's what I'm saying. Everybody here will be calling out all the bullshit. You won't have no job. That's the reason why they're careful about who can get a job and who can't on TV. When they got them things in their ear, they being told what to say. That's why I can't take none of them serious when they talk. I don't care, respectfully. I can't. That's why I always say when they go and say something, I want to see their betting tickets. I want to see their betting tickets, because if they saying no, it's kind of like what I said last week. Right? If this is so-called real and they mean what they say, let me see who they betting on, the Steelers or the Ravens for that game. Who was they really betting on? Who was they really betting on? Because I know who they keep talking about. All you kept hearing was Ravens is going to smash Steelers. Ravens is going to smash Steelers. Ravens is going to do all this. I wonder, all those guys on TV, did they bet the Ravens? I'm willing to bet, to be honest with you, they didn't. I'm willing to bet you they didn't. Or maybe they just lost some bread if they did. But I'm willing to bet they did not bet them. If I was giving this knowledge on ESPN, I swear to God, I'll be known as the best ever, bro. They can't say, listen, that's why I say I'm one of those people that I can't be on TV because it's hard for me to to be lying like that. So, because it's gonna slip up. I'm like, yo, listen, I gotta tell these people the truth, bro. I can't. I know I'm getting this big bread, but it's like I can't look at the camera with a straight face. You know what's so funny? Let's say for instance, I was able to be on TV, let's say a year from now or some shit like that, and talk about the game. All of you guys in the chat, you're gonna be like, I already know this motherfucker B-Fire is lying. He don't mean what he say. You guys are gonna know. They're gonna be like, he don't mean it. He don't mean it. He's being told to say this. Because I know how B-Fire is. This is not what he mean. He don't mean that shit. You would know. That's why I think it should be a big platform of people that feel the same way I feel, and it should grow. And I think it should take over the goddamn internet, bro. To the point where these guys that's telling you guys these lies, they're gonna have to address it at some point. They're gonna have to address it. And also, I got to say something. I am not super big time, but I know it's one specific podcast that is known of former players. They be stealing my shit. Don't think I don't know that too. Certain shit I say, y'all have the same goddamn, not the same goddamn talking points, but the same type of topics, and certain things I be saying, y'all be saying that shit. Y'all just can't say it all the way, but y'all be saying it. It's a certain podcast. I'm telling you, it be people low-key watching shit and taking notes. Stop that bullshit.
Are you fucking serious?
Stop it. There's a new podcast. Certain form of I can't even say it, but certain players stop it. Stop. Why don't you just invite people on the show and give their takes? Stop taking shit, bro. And making it seem like y'all the one that's coming up with these topics and shit like that. Y'all just gotta twist it and you can't be honest about the things you saying. Hold on now. Especially about that whole Josh Allen shit. Don't think I ain't catch that. But yeah, let's see what the chat talking about. America is celebrating the two. Yeah, ooh, Vegas dude. He said America is celebrating its 250th year anniversary this year, and it's also the 25th year anniversary since 9/11. Yep. Does anyone think the Patriots make a run? Ironically, 4 quarterbacks won the Super Bowl in their second year. Patriots? You think they're gonna do the Tom Brady thing again? See, that's you know what, man. Notice how I haven't counted them out yet. I gotta see, bro. Who do I be fire? Who do you think? Who do you think is the best NBA player in real life? Who do I think is the best player in real life? Like in real basketball? It's definitely not Jordan.
Are you fucking serious?
Jordan is not the best player ever in real basketball. That's the narrative that all of you guys have to follow. And if you don't follow it, you're going to get in trouble. You're going to get ridiculed. You're going to be talked down on and everything. You're not allowed to say anybody else because you'll get in trouble. But Jordan, I do not think is the best NBA player ever. No, I don't. It's hard to say. I think there's a lot of players just as talented as, or even better. Right? Like I said, okay, Jordan, before he won the championship, Jordan was a big deal. I want to be like Mike, the shoes. I think it was the shoes that really elevated Michael Jordan, right? But because I wear J's. But Jordan was a phenomenon. But people, let's keep it 100 though. For those that don't know, real quick, just like a lot of other players, Michael Jordan's stardom went up even way more because the Chicago Bulls was getting a new stadium. I bet some people forgot that. I was a kid. I remember that. I don't even got to go look that up. If anybody's wondering, go look that shit up. Go look it up. Chicago Bulls was getting a new stadium. You already know what happens when teams get new stadiums. You got to prop them up. They did it with the Golden State Warriors. They did it with the Chicago Bulls. With the whole 3-peat thing. They 3-peated in the old stadium, the old arena, I'm sorry. In the old arena, they 3-peated. Then Jordan had to step away. Remember that? And then he got to play in that new stadium, that new arena in 95 when he came back. Right? Even though they had lost to the Orlando Magic in 95, but that's when he came back in March. And then 96, that's when the second 3-peat happened. It's all to pay for that goddamn that whole arena. That was expensive. It's the same thing. See, a lot of people, don't get me started with the whole Chicago bullshit. And I bet you a lot of people don't even realize that. Chicago Bulls was getting a new arena. They was getting a new arena. You don't find it ironic right before they get the new arena, they become a dynasty? They become a dynasty. 91, 92, 93, they win. And then 94, the new stadium opens up. Right before they 3-peat, the new stadium opens up. And then Michael Jordan, and when it opened up, Michael Jordan was playing baseball. Had the whole gambling scandal, whatever, his father passed away, blah, blah, blah. And then he's able to win again in 96, 97, and 98. You don't think all that had to do with the new arena? Michael Jordan is no exception. It's the same thing. Some people don't even realize the Chicago Bulls was getting a new arena. It's the same thing. You got to pay attention to these dynasties. They don't happen for no reason. Kansas City Chiefs, their whole dynasty thing was because of the Rams left to go to their new stadium, and also to add the fact that the Chiefs was leaving Missouri as well to get a new stadium. Let's make them a dynasty. We have to pay off Missouri. And we have to make enough money for the new stadium as well when we leave Missouri. Come on now.
Are you fucking serious?
Golden State Warriors, that dynasty came right before they did that move. It's the same thing. It's the same play. It's the same goddamn play. People got to understand how this shit goes. It's the same play. None of it is real. None of it is real. Once people start seeing that shit, they'll be like, oh my God. Damn, I don't like to hear this, but it's the truth. Y'all talking about Russell. I just like the Patriots narrative. Yeah, we gonna see what happens with that Patriots shit. That's why I said I'm not gonna count them out. I'm paying attention to what happens. The only thing Vegas, I'm wondering if they're gonna do that whole Tom Brady thing again. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I'm thinking about. The Bears are gonna get a new stadium. Yeah, they are. But are they gonna be a team to be reckoned with when they get their new stadium? Kind of like how not to be reckoned with, but there's a lot of eyes gonna be on them to do something. Kind of like how the New York Giants was. Remember when the Giants won? They won one, and then I think within 4 years they had won two Super Bowls against the Patriots. Are we gonna see some shit like that? Right? You know, there's some people that still count. They still counting in the Bills, kind of like what happened. We had that live earlier. That was a dope ass live. And like I said, tomorrow, no, right before the weekend, I'm gonna put not that poll up, but I'm gonna put that post up. I'm gonna put that post up on Saturday in the post section, right? Bills versus Jaguars. Give me who's gonna win and the score. I want y'all to put it. I want all y'all to reply and put that. Whoever wins, that's when I'll give out the rig scripted and fixed gear for you guys. Whoever spot on. The winner has to happen with the exact score that you say. So yes, I'm gonna do that on Saturday. And I'm gonna collect all the data for that. We're gonna live stream that game too on Sunday just to see what happens. We're live streaming the wild card weekend, right? So just to, for those that missed earlier's live, that was a nice live too. Shout out to all of y'all. That was a good one. The Niners were moving to Santa Clara. Did they become a dynasty? No. Wait. Let me say this. Every team is not gonna become a dynasty when they go move. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. You also have to think about the player as well. When they prop up, hear me, when they prop up certain players, you got to remember this. The Chicago Bulls, they were a dynasty. But the Chicago Bulls was not a popular team. That wasn't a popular team before Jordan. They don't have a rich history. Golden State Warriors, they didn't have a rich history. Kansas City Chiefs, they was one of the first teams in the beginning, but they didn't have a rich history. San Francisco 49ers has a rich history. They don't need that because they're gonna get the attention no matter what. Think about it. The Lakers, they're gonna get the attention no matter what. I could tell you about all the big teams. They don't need to have all that. So not every team, the Giants, they had got a new stadium. They didn't become a dynasty, even though they did win 2 Super Bowls within 4 to 5 years or some shit like that, right? Beating the Patriots twice. So every team that has a new stadium is not going to become a dynasty. That's actually unrealistic. But what I want you to know is most of the greats, before people go out there and just think it's all real, you have to do a deep dive into the stadium or the arenas around the time that they became the quote-unquote dynasty. That's what I'm saying. Because a lot of people forget about that. When we talk about certain dynasties, they forget about arenas being built. That's what I'm saying. They went to the Super Bowl 5 years later, the season before they moved, and they lost to LOB. He lost to LOB in the playoffs. What team he talking about? Alton Jackson. No, but they making it to the Super Bowl. The whole Bills are not going to become no dynasty. They're not going to become no dynasty. No. No. Buffalo snapped the Patriots 8-game winning streak. Buffalo plays another 8-game winning streak team this Sunday. Oh, and let me also say this too. This is my prediction. Being that we keep talking about the 4, right? I want you guys to understand this. This is my opinion. I was high with the Seattle Seahawks, as you guys know. I would like to see them to go far. But here's where I kind of stand. I believe that whoever wins the Super Bowl, whoever wins the Super Bowl is going to be a team that won 4 games in the playoffs. Wild card weekend, the divisional round, the conference championship, and the Super Bowl. 4 games. The thing is, the Broncos and the Seahawks will not be playing 4 games in the playoffs. They'll be playing 3 at most because they have the number 1 seed. They don't got to play wild card. It's just divisional conference and the Super Bowl. My belief is whoever does win the Super Bowl will be a 2 through 7 seed on both conferences. Right? As far as winning. So that means Seattle can still go to the Super Bowl. Right? They can still go to the Super Bowl. Which that's one of the teams I think would make it. That's, one of the teams that would or could make it. But I'm banking on whoever wins is going to be a team who won 4 games to go to the Super Bowl. I mean, that has happened plenty of times. But, being that the 4 is very popular this year, I just think it's somebody that's going to win 4 games, bro. And I won't be surprised if you're going to hear the number 4 pop up. Yeah, we got 4 games. If we could do this in 4 games, 4 games, we can get something done. So I'm just that's just me. If it don't happen, whatever. But that was a little gem that I wanted to put out there. I just figured I just feel like if that happens, it's going to be somebody that actually wins 4 games. It's Pats versus I think the Rams versus the Patriots. You think the Rams versus Patriots part 3? Interesting. It's Pats versus Bears, Seahawks or Packers. It's the Patriots versus the Bears, Seahawks or Packers. They have the storyline for each team. And the Rams, I feel like 2029. Question: Why are you guys so high on the Patriots? Not saying it's not going to happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen. It won't happen. Right? Because there's a possibility it can happen. Right? But why? Okay, if Drake May does get the championship this year, let me just say that. So forget that. If you guys say Patriots, say it. If you guys say Patriots this year, when's the next time you think the Patriots win a Super Bowl if they win again this year? If they win this year. That's what I want to know. Green Bay versus Steelers, that's what I really want to see. I'm big into numbers, and we have won a lot on the Patriots. The biggest money I've ever won was on the Patriots in 2017 against the Falcons. The biggest money I've ever won in my fucking life. So, and I was a Patriots fanboy. Those that have been rocking with me know that, right? Right before I stopped being a fan of teams. That was my team before Tom Brady. See, I was rocking with them with Drew Bledsoe. That's the thing. I was a Drew Bledsoe fan, and I had the Drew Bledsoe jersey when I was young in high school and shit like that. That's when I finally got one. But I was rocking with them before high school. Patriots and Jets, their wars, and I always watched it on TV as a kid. Patriots and Jets, Patriots and Jets. That's when the Jets still they made some noise. They was like a 50-50 team, but they made some noise. They was still like kind of exciting to watch or whatever. So, I became fond of Drew Bledsoe. This is before the Brady days. So that's why when it comes to the Patriots, I'm like, I was on them before Brady got there. But whatever. Vermont, the 14th state, part of the New England area. Yes, that's right, up north. Yep, right before you get to Maine. Yep, absolutely. The playoffs, it's a rinse. They repeat versions of the 2005-2006 playoffs. 4 straight postseason game-winning quarterbacks are currently Brady, Montana, Bradshaw, and Mahomes. 4 straight postseason game-winning quarterbacks are currently Brady, Montana, Bradshaw, and Mahomes. Huh? Mahomes? Wait. Well, you're not talking about Super Bowls, right? Like, cause no, Mahomes. I don't know about that. Mahomes? Don't Mahomes got 3? Oh, you talking about game-winning quarterbacks are currently. Okay, no, I stand corrected. The Pats are not winning the chip, the AFC champion game at best. NFL not letting anyone get past 6 rings. Not yet. That's not true. Rodgers won 4 straight. Yeah. Let me say something about the nobody winning past 6 rings. Well, you say not yet. He mean 4 straight games. Okay, all right. Stand corrected. Okay, 4 straight games. All right, yeah. That sound better. Let me say something about the whole 6, the 6 rings, right? Well, I know you mean not yet, right? But I hear that a lot. That nobody's gonna get past 6 rings. I'm here to say that's impossible. Somebody will pass 6 rings. Even the teams that have 6 rings, I guarantee you they will pass it. The reason why I say that, right? It may not be just yet, but it's a possibility it will happen for sure. 6 is going to be shit, won't be nothing, right? You got to understand why. There's a Super Bowl every single year, right? And being that it's a Super Bowl every single year, it's not like they take turns on what team gets to win. Like what? There's 32 teams, 30 or 32 teams, right? It's not like they all get to take turns. So if you guys think about it, if you do the math, or if you write it down, first off, write every single team down, and then start crossing out the teams that just don't win at all. Not to be funny, you got Cleveland Browns, right? You got the Lions, right? You got, Jets, Chargers. No, and I'm not trying to be funny. Think about the teams that just don't be winning at all. So you cross them out. Now you talk about the teams that can win, possibly win. And being that the NFL has a Super Bowl every single year, there is a chance that 6 will be passed. Because if you feel like the Patriots will stay on 6, if you feel like the Steelers will stay on 6, basically what you're saying is the teams that have less is going to surpass them.
Are you fucking serious?
Every team is not going to stay on 6 because the NFL has a Super Bowl every single year. The NFL ain't going nowhere no time soon. You guys get what I'm saying? Like, really think about that. So, like, I don't think the bus stops on 6 for any team. 6 is going to be nothing. The only reason why we've been saying 6 is a big deal is because these Super Bowls are still young. right? Got to think about it like this. You you got to think about it like this. The first Super Bowl we had was 1960 was what 1967, right? 1967 with the Packers and the Kansas City Chiefs, right? 1967. So what you think? How many years ago was that? I don't know. 60 something years ago, right, or something like that, or Mel 58 years ago, right? About 58 years ago. So let's do another 58 years. Another 58 years. You don't think any team that already has 6 is going to surpass 6? Not and then you got to think about the teams that just don't win. Maybe they'll probably get 1, but that franchise will always be a bottom feeder team. You understand what I'm saying? So teams that have 3, 4, 5, they're going to pass 6. They're going to pass 6. It's just a matter of when are they going to pass 6, right? The Patriots got 6. The Pittsburgh Steelers got 6. Who's behind them? San Francisco 49ers at 5 and Dallas Cowboys at 5, right? We joke on the Dallas Cowboys a lot, but who's to say that they won't pass 6 in the next 58 years? In the next 58 years, you don't think probably the Dallas Cowboys will probably tie it up or even win 2 more? San Francisco 49ers, you don't think they're going to win 2 more? Kansas City Chiefs, they have 4 total. You don't think they're good for at least maybe 2 more? Talking about the organization as itself. There's a Super Bowl every single year. Think about what I'm saying. Green Bay Packers, they have 4. The Giants, they have 4. Who's under that? The Broncos with 3. The Raiders with 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so on. And then, matter of fact, let's talk about the teams that got 0. The Bills got 0. Minnesota Vikings, they got 0. The Bengals got 0. Falcons got 0. Panthers got 0. Chargers got 0. The Cardinals got 0. The Titans, they got 0. The Cleveland Browns, they got 0. The Lions got 0. I said Houston Texans, they got 0. The Jaguars got 0. So let's just say, for instance, they continue to be bottom feeders, according to y'all. If those teams continue to be bottom feeders, that means the teams that do have championships, they are bound to pass 6 some way, somehow. No team's going to. A lot of teams, the whole thing of capping off at even 5, it's unrealistic because there's a Super Bowl every single year. They're gonna have to pass it. See, that's how I look at things. Unless the NFL's gonna stop, they're gonna stop business in the next 10, 20 years, then maybe people have an argument, but that's impossible. Right? If people like the Rams, let's say, okay, so the Rams start winning what is it gonna stop at 6 for the Rams? So every team's gonna stop at 6. Impossible. So then the teams that got 0, they're gonna start letting them win. I don't see that. I don't see that happening like that. See, yeah, Texans got 0. Ravens, I ain't even mention the Ravens too, right, y'all? Ravens got 2. I forgot to say them, but yeah, they got 2. Cause I forgot. I never said the Ravens. Yeah, they got 2. You see what I'm saying? Like, okay, the NFL has a Super Bowl every single year. Somebody's gonna pass 6. There's no way it can't happen. That's 60 years. Okay, 60 years. Hey, so you make my case even more with that. So the NFL been around 60 years. So until the next 60 years, let's add that. You don't think the teams that got 4 or 5 ain't good for 2 more? 2, 3 more? Yeah, they are. They are. It's going to happen. Yeah, Raiders got 3. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it may not be right now, but let's say that they let the Raiders win 3 more some way, somehow, in 60 more years. I don't see the Patriots or the whatchamacallit, the Steelers just capping off at 6 forever. Because if that's the case, if that really is the case, I don't think any player should even want to play for the Patriots or the Steelers, knowing that the NFL has it to where those teams will never ever win a championship ever in their life.
Are you fucking serious?
A lot of people feel good about Brady this year. I mean, as far as the Super Bowl, we gonna see. Like, listen, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I want to see. I want to see. I just feel like they have this. I don't want to talk too much about it, but I feel like people's gonna get. Listen, I'm picking my shit based on what I've been talking about, which is the 14-4. That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna get sidetracked off of what players who and I'm gonna talk. I'm focusing on this number that in this pattern that has been going on for a long time. I'm sticking with that and I'm not getting off of it. I don't care the team. I'm sticking with that whole shit that they got going on. This whole pattern that's going on, it's here for a reason, and that's what I'm going by. Like, New England is the Patriots are 2, right? So maybe they got a 2-7 plan. Maybe they got a 2 versus 2 plan. See, that would be and you know, so crazy. A 2 versus 2 and a 2 versus 7 is kind of funny because those were the 2 teams that the Patriots lost against before they finally won a Super Bowl against the Rams. Some people ain't realize that, right? Right? The Patriots are number 2. So if they go against a 7 seed or a number 2 seed, those were the 2 teams that beat them before they got to beat the Rams. Patriots lost against the Bears and they lost against Green Bay. They lost against 2 NFC North teams before they finally got the win in 2001 against the Rams. They lost against the Bears in the 80s. They lost against Green Bay Packers in the 90s. So if we get a 2 plus 2, which is the 4, Bears Patriots. If we get the 2 versus 7, which is the 14, Patriots Packers. See what I'm saying? 95. It was 1995. It was Green Bay Packers and Patriots in 1995. Yeah, they lost in 1995. The 1995 season. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, people. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Yeah, you notice the Patriots tend to go to the Super Bowl right before kind of before election year. Yeah. It's always around election year. Right? Some people don't realize that. Some people don't realize that. Right before election year, that like it's always that season before election year on an odd number. When they went against the Bears, that was the 1985 season. Right? The Bears won it in 86 because, January, they won it in 86. Right? Election years every 4 years. On every 4 years on a 86. No. Well, that wasn't a big election year. Was that a big election year? 86, 90, 94. No, it wasn't. That no. No, but they usually go to the Super Bowl on an odd year. Let me say that. They usually go to the Super Bowl on an odd, because I don't even want to look it up. They usually go to the Super Bowl on an odd year and win it on an even year. Because just on an odd year. 85 they went. They lost. Right? Oh shit. No, and I'm sorry, the Green Bay Packers, that was 96. That was 96, the Patriots and the Packers. 96, because it was played in 1997. I remember because I had got an NCAA game for Christmas, and I kept playing that shit. I was on that shit all day. That's what that was. Yeah, it was the 96 season. The Packers had won, but it was played in 97. That's what that was with Green Bay when they had won. So, I mean, people got to pay attention to the pattern with the Patriots. So, does it align right now? I mean, there's a chance that it can happen, y'all. There's a chance that it can happen. So, I mean, this is what it is. Yeah, the 96 season. Yes, it is. It was the 96 season because it's played in the top of the year on the following year. So yes, it was the 96 season. 97 was the Super Bowl. It was the 96 season. But it's played in 97, the Super Bowl. That's usually how that goes. Because yes, like you said, the Steelers and Cowboys, the Steelers and Cowboys was the 97 season. But the Super Bowl was played in 98. I think that those people off a lot. That's why I usually like talking about the season. Like who won this season, whoever wins the Super Bowl, we all know it's 2026 right now, but it's the 2025 season. So, that was a good one. So, we had a good live today. Anybody that just came in with the whole Indiana shit, I think you should watch this playback. How I broke that whole Indiana 14-4 shit, and just to let people know when it comes to this knowledge, don't fuck with me. 14-4, I broke it down. And once again, I'm sticking with my Super Bowl pick based on this number. I'm not just picking somebody just because I think it's their year. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Honestly, I don't give a fuck about none of that. I'm sticking with this whole combination. I'm sticking with this whole trend that the NFL and all sports got going on. 14 or 4 is going to be involved some way, somehow. It could even be with the seedings, and that's how I'm picking my Super Bowl. Based on that, I'm not picking because of a team. I don't really give a fuck about that. Even though I have an idea of who's going to the Super Bowl, not going to say it yet, but I'm picking based on the pattern. I don't give a fuck about no team. None of that shit matters. So we had a good fucking show. I can't wait till Wild Card Weekend. But we're gonna go live again before the weekend and shit like that. This was a good one. And make sure y'all watch earlier show today as well. And once again, I'm gonna put in my post section. Jaguars, Bills. Tell me what your pick is and the score, the correct score, and whoever wins, if that comes out, I'm gonna give y'all some goodies and shit like that. It's gonna be a good one, but we're gonna be live watching that game as well. I'm only into profit. I don't even gotta win. I don't even gotta watch the game. Yeah, at times I'll be like that too. Dead ass. That's what it's about. That's what that shit is about. I don't want nobody playing themselves. So I need to know, is it rigged? Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, because this is the information y'all get here. And shout out, all you guys was great in the chat too. Shout out to all y'all, for real. People that was watching that wasn't in the chat, shout out to you, because you could be anywhere in the world, but you here with me. Once again, this is the type of information you're going to get, and there's way more to come, right? We're going live before the weekend too, but Wild Card Weekend is going to be fun. And I got some more gems for y'all too. I got some more lives, some more stories. I'm thinking about pulling the trigger on the 14 part 3, right? But I feel like I need to do that after the Super Bowl. There's some information that more gems I need to, let you guys know. Is it rigged? Is it scripted? Is it fixed? I don't know. You tell me. Shout out to all my guys.